Okay, good afternoon, dear colleagues. My name is Oksana, and I work for ITD Systems company. I'm a member of the Order of the Bee, by the way. Today, I want to tell you about the way to capture the content from the legacy infrastructure to the central digital archive based on Alfresco. Okay, let's imagine geographically distributed organization. For example, courts all over the country. People in every court working on some cases, and they store case files on local file servers like CIFS and FTP. As far as we have many courts all over the country, we have dozens or hundreds of file servers with thousands of cases on each. And now Supreme Court wants to achieve the data from these servers to Alfresco. Users still will use nearby local shared folders, file servers, but the content should be synced to Alfresco on a regular basis. Cases have metadata. Actually, it's not file metadata, it's case metadata. Judge name, year of filing a case, and so on. So all files inside the case should have the same metadata. This metadata actually lives in a folder and file paths. You can see on the screen a sample. So we have there a judge name, year of filing a case, and a court ID. So our task is to capture the content and to parse these folder paths and fill complete metadata of the case and for all files inside of the case. The same case can be considered by several courts. It's court of first instance, court of appeals, and so on. So we want to search for the same case on different servers and to assemble complete metadata of the case and all files inside of this case in Alfresco. And our task is develop a data spider that will capture the content, parse the metadata, and check for updates. We've already talked about buildings, now we can speak about spiders. So we create sites for all servers we need. Each site has its own configuration, like hostname, login, password, template to parse metadata, and so on. We created a custom repertoire site sync service to do actual job. So it capture content, parse metadata, and so on. The tricky thing is that we check not only for files, also we have metadata-only objects, its cases and sessions that are implemented as folders with custom metadata. We need them for search, and we want to search for some case files looking at their case properties and session properties. To implement it, we have a bit tricky scheme of metadata creation. So site sync service check for the metadata of the file and update not only file metadata, but also case and session metadata. After that, a custom content policy works on updating for metadata of all files inside of the case and inside of the session to make them in sync with metadata of all files of the case. To implement it, we needed a custom versionable aspect. The behavior of the versioning is a little bit different, and I have no time to tell you about it in details. As far as the same files we can store or have on different file servers, we don't want to store the same file several times in the repository. So we use some deduplication method to work on it. It's already in production. Russian Supreme Courts use it in more than 100 courts all over the country. If you're interested in details, feel free to find me during the break. Our next steps is to refactor it for greater flexibility. So now it's about courts. We should work not only with courts. We want to add callbacks to query third-party systems to check for the metadata of files from it. and so on. Here is the repository. Actually, it's empty, but after we will refactor the code, we will publish the code to this repository. I believe we will do it in several days, weeks, and so on. We can already show you the code. Thank you.